Now let's take a look at the Hockey Helix Scouting Report. The purpose of the Hockey Helix Scouting Report is to give the player a tool that they can use to evaluate how well they're performing the Hockey Helix program components, and also to see how well they're progressing throughout the program and even well past the program. So if we look at it more closely, there are 9 movements that the Hockey Helix is involved with. And what will happen is that the player will have 10 seconds to perform each of these components. And at the end of the 10 seconds, the player will then write down how many repetitions they were able to do during that 10-second segment. And then at the end, what they can do is they can add up each component and come up with their total Hockey Helix score. So how we can evaluate this is we can create a baseline value at the beginning of the program with your total Hockey Helix score, and then use that in comparison each time you reevaluate. And what we'll see is we'll see that value go up. And when that value goes up, that means that they're improving their skill set, which means they're more of a dynamic playmaker. Now what we can also do too is we can look at not only the total Hockey Helix score, is we can look at individual components. And for instance, we can look at the right crossover. So we can look at how well are they performing the right crossover with the no stick, the right crossover with stick, or right crossover with stick handling. So if we see all 3 of those components improving over time, then we know that skill set is developing really well. However, if we see that the right crossover with no stick is improving, the right crossover stick was improving, but the right crossover, the stick handling is not improving, then we know we have to work on that specific component to really further enhance development of that skill. So you can see how the scouting report can be really valuable, where we can use the total Hockey Helix score, or we can break down each individual component to make sure our athlete is developing well, but also make changes in their training so that they can further develop their dynamic playmaking skills.